Hey everybody, welcome on in to Sports Live in the 215. Today we will discuss the Phillies um, dropping 2 of 3 to the Seattle Mariners in Seattle. So we'll recap games 2 and 3 right now. Game 2, the Phillies lost 4-1. Um, they they just didn't have enough offense. Aaron Nola was he was good again. 6 innings, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. He was exactly what you expect out of a veteran starting pitcher. Um, so yeah, I mean, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. You you just can't win when you have when you only have one run of offense, you can't win many games. Um, so that's definitely unfortunate. But I'll tell you this: they bounced back pretty well. The next day, winning 6-0. Luzardo, I think, went 7 innings of shutout ball. He was absolutely incredible. Um, and yeah, this offense just kind of rolled. They took out the frustration they felt over the the previous 2 days, and they kind of put it all into that getaway day game. So that's really good to see. And one thing one thing I did want to mention is that this team this team seems to respond. They seem to fight whenever there's adversity um adversity coming their way. So it feels very like 2022 vibe-ish. Um, but obviously this season isn't over yet, so we'll see what happens. But um, Don Mattingly is getting the guys to respond to his message, and that's what you want to see from an interim manager, an interim coach in any sport. It's, are the players responding to him? Well, that's really any manager, but it goes kind of double for an interim manager. So um I think I think the boys are just they're just playing some really good baseball. We've won uh 10 of our last 12, and we're kind of climbing the division standings, and it's really good to see. And you hope they can keep it rolling for sure. Um, but one guy who has been an absolute revelation recently has been Jesus Luzardo. Um, I think he has something like a 1.25 ERA since like the end of June or beginning of June, or one of those things. But this guy has been one of the best pitchers in baseball, and it's just an absolute joy watching him pitch, and you can just tell him and JT are just completely on the same page all the time. Um, and it's so much fun to see that. It's like every time Luzardo takes the mound, you're feeling like, okay, we're gonna get 6 innings of 3-run ball or better recently. So it's really good to see that out of Jesus. And Schwarber recently has just been an absolute just an absolute man on a mission at the plate. Like he hit the walk off homer to sweep the St. Louis Cardinals. Um, So that was absolutely massive from Kyle. It just seems like these guys are just they're playing together. They're trusting each other, and they're not trying to hit the 8-run homer. They're they're just they're just trying to have good at bats, and that's what like this fan base has wanted from them all season. Like I I think for a time, they got so caught up in scoring through the home run that not well that they kind of didn't. How can I say this? They didn't appreciate that you could score in other ways, and um, I think that's someone that I think someone that has kind of changed the mindset of this team has been Luis Ariz. Like he's he's pretty much. It seems like his presence in the lineup has kind of forced the guys to think about contact instead of like thinking about the big swing. Um, and that's something that any lineup needs. Like I think I think any lineup needs a high quality contact guy just to kind of reset things um because a lot of times when you have a lot of power, um sometimes your players can get so caught up in swinging for the fences that they forget that the simple approach is almost always the more productive one. So um yeah, and so yeah, like I think one guy that has really really helped out this lineup tremendously in terms of like mindset is Luis Ariz, for sure. Like you can just tell everybody everybody's more relaxed because like you know the guy in the 4 hole is gonna get you a single if there's a runner on second. Well, he's probably gonna get you a single anyway. So you almost don't have to worry about the 1, 2, 3 innings. So like these guys can just think about working good at bats and doing whatever they can to pass the baton and see what happens. Um, yeah, like I think Luis Ariz has been an absolute just a godsend for this lineup. One guy I want to give I want to take a minute to give some praise to is Andrew Painter. I know he didn't pitch in this series, but like ever since he's gotten called up, he's actually been a lot better. And I think since he got called back up, he seems to be pitching with more conviction, more confidence, and that's good. When you can get that out of a 20, I want to say a 23-year-old pitcher. Um, if you can get him pitching with confidence, pitching with conviction, then your rotation looks a lot more formidable going into the playoffs and things like that. Um, so yeah, and obviously Trey Turner, he's been good. He's been good in this recent uh, stretch. So yeah, that's another guy that's been really good. JT starting to pick it up a little bit. He's got to keep it going. Um, yeah, I mean, pretty much like all your main guys have been um, at least somewhat hot at this point in the season. And honestly, that's what you want in August when you're trying to chase down the number one team in your division after being, I want to say 9 back when Don Mattingly got hired. Well, I know you were 9-19. I forget how far back we were, but yeah, this team's playing some really good ball, and you hope they can continue it. They can continue it tomorrow against the Los Angeles Angels. I I'll probably record that video today and then release that tomorrow. So that should be fun. Thank you guys for those of you that tuned in to my first episode with Austin Hamill of the Union Report. That was really fun, and we really enjoyed it. We're gonna bring it to you every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, and it'll go from 6 to 7. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And in the fall, we have Birds from Broad to Baltimore and What If Wrestling starting on the Wednesday before September 13th. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. There's a lot of really good content coming up for Sports Live in the 215 in the fall. So be on the lookout for that. Anyway, I want to say make sure you guys subscribe to Sports Live in the 215. Like this video, comment, all the things. Subscribe to Hardcore Sports Network and subscribe to Stream Punk Entertainment. And as always, go Phils.